Hi guys, David Campanile here, owner of Campanile Law, located in the state of New Jersey. We handle estate planning and probate. Before we dive into today's topic, if you want to schedule a free strategy session with me in regards to estate planning or probate, contact me at njestateattorney.com. I'd love to sit down and strategize your estate plan with you. So today, I kind of get to nerd out a little bit. My estate planning nerd kind of woke up this morning and I was like, what do I want to talk about today? And this goes back to a conversation I had with a friend a few weeks ago. Was a few weeks ago. Wow, okay. Like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. And it's about distribution. So, and it's some fancy lawyer lingo that I'm going to put in your pocket. So when you come to me, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. Or when you go to your estate planning attorney, you can drop some knowledge on them and show them that, like, hey man, I know what I'm talking about. So we're going to talk about what's known as modern per stirpes and per capita at each generation. So what do these words mean? Per stirpes, modern per stirpes is what I'll start with. So basically what this is you're taking the division into shares that occurs in the first generation when below the decedent and when there's one living individual. So what does that mean? You go to where there's one individual, you figure out, yes, I'm using my marker today. I'm so excited. You're going to start dividing equally. So I made a board for you guys. I hope you can see it. So here we go. Let me show you how this is done. Thank God my wife is a teacher. I wouldn't have whiteboards otherwise. So, here we go. A is the decedent. A passes away. B and C were the decedent's children. But B passes and C passes before A. So we're going to go to this row. E and F are also deceased. So what do? D is alive. So we go to the first row, which is the row that D is in, the third row. And we're going to say, all right, there were 3 people in this row. So D will get 1/3. Make that better for you. 1/3 of the estate. Okay? Follow me so far. I hope so. Well, we still have to worry about G, H, and I. But because D had a living, in row 3, there was still somebody alive, we would then give, who do we have here? E and F, 1/3. Which means, if I'm looking at this properly, because I can't read upside down, E's 1/3 is going to be divided to G and H as their children, and G and H will each take 1/6 of the estate. F's 1/3 just drops down to I. So in this scenario, we have D getting 1/3, we have G and H getting 1/6 because they're on equal playing field. The 1/3 has to be divided by 2, and I is getting 1/3. Wow. This was commonplace up until New Jersey accepted and started modernizing a lot more of the laws to be in accordance with the Uniform Probate Code. So you're still going to see per stirpes in a lot of writings. You can choose per stirpes if you so choose, but that's just the breakdown of per stirpes and how it would be divided in a will or in intestate. So now let's go to per capita at each generation. So what's happening here? What you need to remember here for per capita at each generation is equally near, equally dear. What do I mean by that? The closer the line is to the person that passed away, the greater they receive, and each line is going to be treated 100% equally. So here, to go back really quick, in per stirpes, let me just make sure. Yeah, D got their 1/3. Everybody down here, though, is not treated equally, even though they're all on the same line. Because G and H each got 1/6, but I got 1/3. So we're going to show you how this plays out. Okay. So you're going to divide the... Oh, let's make this look a little prettier first before I know there's math involved, and lawyers don't go to school for math. So, again, we have A, decedent, passes. B, passes. C, passes. D, first person alive right now. So they're going to get 1/3. Now we go back into the pool. We still have 2/3 remaining. 2/3 remaining. Yeah, wow, my threes are terrible today, people. There we go, 2/3 remaining. So we have to now take these 2/3 and divide it amongst the three, what are these, great-grandchildren. So, because they're all alive still, and they have to be treated equally. So now we're going into our very favorite common denominator. And just to make your life a little easier, everybody will receive, on this line, 2/9 share of the estate, because they're on the same line. So the difference here is the great-grandchild, if this will or this intestate estate were being done by per stirpes, I gets more. I likes per stirpes. In per capita at each generation, I does not like per stirpes. Actually, I'll also say G and H like per stirpes because, well, they're getting more. 1/6, 2/9. This generation down here loves per stirpes. This generation doesn't like per capita at each generation. So when you go in and you want to talk about your distribution, think about it a little bit. Think about the earliest, where you want to go. Commonplaces, if it's not written in the will, we're going per capita at each generation now in the state of New Jersey. You can state per stirpes in your will. Remember, this is a personal choice for you. So talk to your estate planning attorney. Think this out thoroughly. My charts, your chart is going to look a lot differently than what I've just showed you in this quick video. I hope you found this helpful. I love this. Yes, I nerded out a lot, but hey, remember, for per capita, equally near, equally dear, everybody's going to be treated the same. For per stirpes, it's going to drop, and it's about rooting. So, as always, my name's David Campanile. I'm the owner of Campanile Law, located in the state of New Jersey. We handle estate planning and probate. As always, if you want to strategize about your estate plan, you want to talk about this stuff more, man, I can go on for days about per stirpes and per capita. Contact me at njestateattorney.com. I'd love to sit down and set some time aside for you to help you with your estate plan.